My life was a peaceful one. Even so, I never realized how full my heart was until they ripped it apart. They took everything from me! Now I'm on the island, just like hundreds of poor fucks who share my fate. And just when I started thinking I can make it, Tech 1 is at my throat again and again. I swore to myself I would survive. I refused to be just a memory. A beautiful lie. Death was never an escape. This time, I'll decide how it ends.
Secure communication established. Prisoner, you can call me Dina. This part of the protocol is kept short to increase the chances of you not becoming a human pancake. Use the following parachuting instructions, and I will make contact if you land safely. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. Welcome to the SCUM Island. I am an AI created by Tech 1 Corporation. My full designation is Dual Energetic Entity Neural Appliance version 2.0. My intellect excels, but the creators think I am best used as a tutorial, protocol overseer, and body performance analyst. I will now provide basic movement instructions. Your survival rate is 4.32% higher just by not standing still. You have now been granted access to my knowledge database, the Codex. Access it now. Data suggests that regularly completing tasks enables prisoners to overcome many of the island's challenges. I take 99.7% credit for each prisoner that survives the first 3 days, but success is not guaranteed due to the limited neural capabilities of each prisoner. When you are ready, either accept the first task or leave this interface and forfeit all chances of surviving until tomorrow. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. In this tutorial protocol, you will... Excellent. Proceed by opening your crafting user. On the right side of the interface is your items crafting panel. It has different kinds of recipes, but you currently lack the needed materials for most of them. Now click on the stone knife recipe and use the Details button. Here you can see every component needed for crafting. The instructions were followed properly, so the needed stones were already gathered. Press the Craft button. That will do. Congratulations, you have now proven more capable than 52% of other prisoners. Now drag the knife into the hands slot, or right-click it, and use the Take in Hands interaction. Crafting a stone knife protocol is now completed. Your progress is admirable. You can leave the user interface or visit the Manual tab to continue with the next protocol. Secure channel closed. To find recipes easier, use the search bar. Find and craft a improvised wooden spear. This time I will allow you to skip the details button. Once again, good work, prisoner. Your spear won't do much against a rocket-propelling grenade type of weapon, but it is a step in the right direction. Continue your training as soon as possible. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. Prisoner, remember the following rule. If you find anything useful, you must acquire it. Unfortunately, your inventory space is very limited. Change that by crafting an improvised courier backpack. Begin by entering the crafting user interface and crafting a branch rope. If you take a look at the components needed for the improvised courier backpack, you can see all of your equipped gear right next to your inventory. Begin by right-clicking on your undershirt and using the cut interaction. You are now one rag component short. Cut your underpants or boxer briefs. It is for the greater good. Finish the process by crafting the improvised courier backpack. To equip a piece of equipment and expand your inventory, double-click the item in the vicinity or right-click it and use the equipped interaction. Congratulations, you are now qualified to run around and pretend you are a mule. That was my joking algorithm. It is still in early access. I will now unlock the next tutorial protocol. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. By doing an involuntary full body scan of each prisoner, I deducted that not everyone is suited for hand-to-hand combat. That is why you will now craft wooden arrows and an improvised bow. In your future ventures, feel free to also craft an improvised quiver. For now, 2 variations of bows are available, the 20 and 35. Heavier poundage means more strength is needed to pull the bow, and the shots are more powerful. For the sake of this protocol, you can now craft any of the two variations. There is still one holster spot available next to. Chances of your survival are increasing at a great pace. Keep following my instructions, and you may have a chance on the island. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. It seems you have been injured. Do not worry, it's a normal occurrence on the island. Most of the prisoners die, but this protocol will teach you how to treat your wounds, and on the top left part of your you can check the details of any skill to see exactly how it works. But for now, check the details of the medical skill. The health user interface is right next to the metabolism one. It is notifying you that something is wrong. Open it. On the right side of the health user interface, you can see your body stat. All conditions have a severity that increases over time if you leave the injury untreated. Your injury has a C2 severity. If you possess the ability to read, you must have noticed that you need rags to treat it. Find some rags or cut some of your equipment to acquire them. Everything is ready to start the treatment process. Go back to your untreated injury and click on it to begin. Start by selecting the acquired rags. Notice how the bar around the injury indicator is starting to fill. Use enough rags to fully fill the bar and press the treat button. Congratulations, you have treated your first injury. It is now in the stabilization section. You can read more about the stabilization and recovery sections by hovering over them. Use the abilities of my protocols to check on your body frequently, as there are many types of injuries and most of them should not be left unchecked. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. My instructions have now prepared you for the inevitable dangers throughout the whole island. Since survival is your main goal, it is time to start exploring and searching for sustenance. Search a few world containers. My algorithm shows that this is a highly repeatable process without which you will fail at staying alive. World containers include tree trunks, kitchen counters, drawers, and anything that can hold items. Go and make an effort. Good. To consume this product, open your inventory user interface. Right-click the found item and use the Eat or Drink interact to track what is happening when you consume such a product. On the right side of the metabolism panel, you can track everything nutrition needs to know about your health and well-being with multiple tools, including a diagnostic screener tool that predicts recommended foods up to the hour of the person's last meal. Active algorithms suggest that recently consuming an item had a great effect on your body. Be careful. Consuming foods and drinks will eventually lead to urinating and emptying your bowels. Secure channel closed. In the bottom right of the interface, food and beverage can be tracked, as the chances of destroying your pants. Now access the circular user interface, from which you control your colon and bladder. If there was a time to hold, it is now. The available options are piss, poop, and vomit. I don't prefer repeating myself, but the connected body parts need to be at least 50% full before you can empty them. Since the human bodies are designed so poorly, I suggest you take care of these functions before engaging in combat situations. My algorithms show that everyone dislikes dying with brown pants. Secure channel closed. Until now, you have only been using a third of the crafting user interface, the Items tab. It is time to further your knowledge. Open the Base Building tab. My system UI is impeccable. Logic tells us that two things are required to build a simple fire: a combustible material like tinder, and, in this case, some sticks to fuel the fire. First, craft tinder. If you have followed my instructions so far, this should be easy for you. Great work! Were you a carpenter before you became a prisoner? All you need now are some wooden sticks. Your survival skill impacts how many you will need, so let's be safe and gather a good amount.
Total